Hey guys, what's up? Hey Pat, how are ya? Oh, my goodness. Hey Ken, what's happening? How are ya? Hey Ryan, what's up? Uh, Hey Michelle, how you doing? Oh, Mr. V just walked out. He scared the crap out of me. He was like standing here, like in the office, in the door, lurking, and I didn't know it. Hey Darlene, what's going on? Hey Debbie, how's it going? Y'all, my hair's sticking out. Sticking straight out. I don't even care. How's everybody tonight? Did everybody have a decent week? Why do I have so many flies in here? Oh, thanks, Michelle. Nah, my hair's... Do you ever always struggle with my hair? It's always doing whatever it wants to do. Welcome to YouTube, Ken. I'm so glad you're here, girlfriend. Oh, thanks, Ken. You know what? I'm just that person that, you know, I'm going to be 90 years old and I'm going to have a high ponytail on because I just don't even care. I just go more for comfort than anything at this point in my life. Ryan, you're exhausted for work. Great week. Good, Darlene. Good, good, good. Hey, Rebecca from Iowa. How's it going? What's up?
Nothing.
Everybody said hi to you, honey.
Hi.
Aw, thanks, Debbie. Thank you. Aw, you're so sweet. Yeah, Mr. B said hey. He's being like camera shy today or something. Since when, I have no idea, but he's a little ham. He does fine. Y'all, who told me last week to do Caribbean rum, orange juice, and cranberry juice? Holy cow, that's what I'm drinking with maraschino cherries in it. It's really good. It's really, really good. I'm not a big drinker, so it's really good. Yeah, he yelled hi. You guys, you're probably going to hear like feedback. It's because I have the fan on because it's hot as crap in here. It was hot outside today. And I have all the lights on because it's so dark out. It gets so dark so early. I hate this. And, you know, time's about to change soon. I hate that. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Hey, Maggie, what's up? Yeah, exactly, Ken. A Malibu cocktail or something. I don't know. I don't know who told me, but it's really yummy. It's like really good. Like I said, I'm not a big drinker. I was gonna make like a pina colada, but the thing with pina coladas is it's so like sweet, you know? With this, I was able to get like diet cranberry juice and, you know, so it's not so sugar laden, you know? Oh, nice, Darlene. I don't think I could ever grow my hair that long. I get too tired of it, you know? Like, I'm at the point now to where I just want to hack it off short. And I mean, I haven't done that, like, 3 years ago, I hacked it off shoulder length. And I hated it. So, It's probably best that I don't hack it off. And thankfully, my sister-in-law does my hair. And when I'm like, just cut it, she's like, I'm not cutting it all off. You're going to hate it. I'm not doing it. And she refuses to do it, which is a good thing because I would probably regret it the next day. Ah. Pat, you're funny. There you go, Victoria's Malibu slap in the face. That's a good one, kid. You're funny. You're so funny. Oh, wow, Maggie. See, that would drive me nuts. Like, my hair is actually long enough that every now and then it'll get stuck, like, in my armpit. Oh, I get so mad. It frustrates the crap out of me. Yeah, it packs a punch. But see, the other thing about these kind of drinks, like this one's not really sweet, you know, it's pretty calm because I use the diet cranberry and all that. But that kind of sucks because you drink it and you're like, oh my gosh, this tastes so good. And then before you know it, you drank the whole glass and you're schnockered and you can feel it. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll just take my time. And of course, had to do it in a mason jar. Had to. Do I have margarita glasses? I have margarita glasses. I have wine glasses. I ain't got time for all that. I'll just use my mason jar. Again. Aw, yours curls under. You know, I have like underneath, mine's like the underneath layer of my hair, it kinks up so freaking much. And as I get older, it kinks up even worse. And I hate it. It drives me bonkers because even when I try to straighten it, it won't straighten. Like the rest of my hair will straighten. But like right here won't straighten. And underneath, gets on my nerves so bad. I'll spend all that time straightening my hair and then it won't straighten all the way and it just pisses me off. So everybody's week was good then? Yeah, I hate that, Ken. Don't you hate that? I hate that. That drives me. And then like at night, if I sweat at all, then it just kinks up. Ugh. Hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I used to have like, you know, back in the 80s, I had like, you know, the 70s and 80s, you do the feathered back hair. My hair was perfect for feathering back. I didn't have to do anything. I take a shower, I get out, brush it out, feathered back perfect, I was good to go. But as I've gotten older, and as, you know, my hair is longer, it just like has lost. I still have body, but it's just lost all of it. And it, you know, when I get out of the shower, my hair's like, you know, perfectly like, it looks so good, right? And I'm like, I just wish my hair would just stay like that. If it would stay like that, I'd be fine with it, but it won't. It doesn't stay like that. Aw, there's nothing wrong with red hair. My hair is naturally red. I try not to wear it red, but my hair is red. Yours has gotten more curly. Isn't that weird? Oh no, Shelly. I'm sure it looks amazing. Listen, my husband is like, you need to just let your hair go gray. And I'm like, look, as long as I still have the ability to go out and live my life, I'm not letting my hair go gray. Now, that's not to say when I'm like 80, maybe I'll let it grow gray then.
Women with gray hair looks good.
Yeah, my husband's like, women with gray hair looks good. My hair is like, you know how there's different shades of gray and different types of gray?
I'm taking the dog out.
Okay, honey. When my gray comes in, it's ugly. I don't like it. It's ugly. Yeah, flashback to the 80s. Oh, look, I was cool in the 80s, okay? I could totally rock the clothes in the 80s. I did the whole punk thing in the early 80s. I think I even did yeah, this is embarrassing to admit, but in the beginning, no, like mid 80s, I think I even did like the Madonna thing. But I did do I had a spiked mohawk, I had different colored hair. I did. Hey, Bells Girl, what's happening, girl? Aw. Yeah, but if you've got pretty hair like that, Pat, you might as well just rock it. Again, my hair's so many different... my mom's hair was red. And most of my base color is red, but it's also like a blonde color. And I just, we always want what we can't have, right? Y'all, I'm burning up in here. What is up with this weather? Whew. Oh, it's humid where you are, Darlene. You know what? That's what it is here. That's the problem here. It's not necessarily, because it was only mid 70s today, but it's the humidity. It's getting to me. And, being this age sucks. I'm always burning up. And I used to be the exact opposite. I used to be that's probably it too, is the alcohol. Yeah, that's some of it. But I used to be, cold all the time, right? And now it's freaking hot flash city. People would say, oh, I sweat every night when I sleep. And I'm like, really? I would be freezing cold and curl up and be fine. No, not now. Good God. Oh, Darlene, I bet yours is pretty. My hubby's is coming in. So his dad, okay, his biological dad has the most amazing hair of anyone I've ever seen. He has a thick, really thick, gorgeous gray hair. And so his is coming in like salt and pepper. And I love it. I mean, I think it looks awesome. But he's like, no, mine's not the right kind of gray. Mine's the wiry kind of gray. I'm like, you dipshit. Everybody's is the wiry kind of gray at first. Is Mr. B hot? He is. Look, I only married him for his body, okay? No. Yes, he's very hot. He's always been a hottie. He has a heart of gold. When I first met him, I was like, how could you not fall in love with this guy? Because he's got such a good heart. He's all about everybody else and being there for everybody. And oh, you mean Ken? Oh crap! You mean is he hot, hot, like I'm hot, sweating? No, he's usually not. Not at all. Not at all. But he is a little hottie, though. Especially when I first met him. I always go for the dark-haired guys with the dark eyes. I don't know what it is. I think blonde-haired guys are nice-looking, but I just tend to be more drawn towards the darker-haired guys. I don't know what it is. See, y'all have pretty gray hair. If I had pretty gray hair, maybe I would embrace it. You know what I mean? You turn 50 next week. Wow, happy birthday. 50. Whoa, yay. Menopause, change of life, sucks ass. I'm so sick of this age. I'm really looking forward to being 60 so I can get out of this crap. I'm over it at this point. Ooh, pretty. That sounds pretty, darling. Kid. know what? He wouldn't even think twice about it. He'd think it was funny. He's a goofball like I am, so. Oh my gosh, let me tell you a little story that happened this week. Okay, so we have this, like, don't even ask me what the heck it is or what it does, because I really don't know. I just pretend like I know, but I really don't know. I don't know, it's like this thing like this big, and it's like an adapter. So, like, to put an SD card in for this fancy camera that costs the same as some people's vehicles, right? So what I did this week, so my husband was like, you know what we should do is we should turn the camera on normal like it is now. And then he was like, let me put the older crappy camera down on your hands. And then you go to your list, pick someone out to do a reading, and then do it like that, right? Well, so we did that this week. I did that with a reading, and unfortunately I couldn't connect. But I was able to get like a lot of information. But I think I'm gonna start doing that like here and there, just, you know, so you can kind of see how it works for me. And like my husband was like ask the question out loud. And so because I couldn't connect this time, I wasn't able to do that. But so the next time when I connect, I'll actually say, you know, whatever my question is, I'll say it out loud. And then when they respond, I'll write it down, right? You scared the living crap out of me again.
I'm not a spirit.
You're just like standing there lurking. You're scaring me. Stop doing that. Okay, so we had painted the office, so like stuff got moved around, and so hubby was like, I can't find the stupid thing, and if I can't find the thing, I can't get the stuff off the one camera to upload, right? So I'm like, I don't know, so I started tearing the house apart, right? Going through all this stuff, trying to find it. He walks in here, and he moves. Okay, so in this room, it echoes, so he had to like put down like blankets, like behind the cameras there's like blankets for the echo in the room. Why do you keep doing that?
I'm right here.
Stop. So he comes in here and he walks back into our bedroom, and he's like, let me tell you where it was. And I just busted up laughing because I'm like, oh, of course, because he'll say, oh, I can't find so and such, right? And I'll find it right away, you know, and I'm like, how did you not see that? It was right in front of your guys, right? It was hysterical. I laughed so hard. I think I laughed entirely too hard, but it was funny. It is just me, Ken, because he's fine. He's fine. It's definitely just me. Like, I'm always burning up. No, he's not having a Malibu slap in the face. Honey, that's what Ken calls this drink. Malibu slap in the face. A Victoria slap in the face. Yeah, no doubt, Ken. He came in earlier and he's like, how do I make that if you need another one? I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, this is like plenty. I was like, I'm good. Thanks.
You forgot the best part.
What
You
was
said, did you leave it in the computer? Because
Oh my God, yeah. I forgot the best part of the story. Mr. V
But
is
it
telling me. I said to him, well, is it still in the computer maybe? So he comes in here and then he walks back in the room and he's like, okay, but let me tell you something. So it was here the whole damn time. After all that, like, tearing the house apart, I was like tearing stuff out everywhere and looking, you know, thinking it got like, you know, misplaced when we were painting in here. What a nightmare. Ken, you're funny. Yeah. Yeah, literally, like, I don't know, like 6 months ago, I bought this, I thought it was like margarita mix, right? So I bought it thinking, maybe I'll have a drink tonight. This was like 6 months ago. And I get home and I don't know, like a couple weeks goes by and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll have some of that. And I pull it out. It's freaking margarita flavored wine. I'm like, that sounds disgusting and I don't even want that. So it's still sitting in my kitchen. So that goes, I don't drink very often. It doesn't get any better. Yeah, that just about figures. You know what, Pat? I didn't even see your messages until probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes before I got on live. I am so sorry, but I'm so glad you found it. Holy crap. Honestly, I think that was just luck. I do. I mean, who am I to say? There could have been somebody there definitely helping you. I don't see anyone helping you, but you never know, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not like a big wine drinker. Yeah, wine is totally, which is so bizarre because I love red grapes. I love green grapes. Wine, yuck. There's one kind at, one winery. It's up like 66 or 81. They have this one house white wine, which is pretty good. But other than that, I don't like it. You are so fortunate that you found it though, Pat. That's crazy. Oh. Did everybody answer? How was your week? Everybody had a good week? I need some tea. See, that's my problem is at night. I never had that problem before. I would sleep so well, and now I just burn up all the freaking time. It's so annoying. That is so scary, Pat. I'm so glad you found it. Ah, Maggie. I remember those days. Good God, that was scary. You're moving? Oh, geez. Moving is so freaking stressful. If I had to move, at some point, oh, you're going to the liquor store. Yay, have fun, Belskra. Take care, honey. Have a good week. Yeah, that's what I need to do, Ken. It's just so hot all the freaking time. I hate it. I hated when oh my God, when my kids got their permits, it scared the living daylights out of me. I've tried Moscata. I just don't, maybe rosé. Maybe I would like rosé. I don't like Moscata though. It's like too sweet or something. Or maybe it's just the kind that my husband picked out. I don't know. Yeah, there you go, Ken. Woo! Yeah, go get some of that. Go get some of that coconut rum. Stuff's really good. But it's almost too good because, the drink tastes so fruity that you forget that there's alcohol in it, Darlene. That's funny. I remember those days teaching all three of the kids. Like, oh my gosh. It was so nerve-wracking, you know? Because you want to teach them, but yet you're scared to death, and you're thinking, oh my God, they're going to kill me. But, you're trying to, like, be nice and patient. And oh, no, that's not good. I don't want to get a headache. Yeah, we've been in this house for, I think, 23 years. I've got so much crap in my basement that I need to sell, get rid of, do something. And our neighborhood's actually having like a yard sale tomorrow. And if I would have remembered a couple weeks ago, I would have started cleaning crap out and, having one. But I don't feel like having to deal with it tonight. And oh, that's good, Pat. That, and you know what? That's the other thing. Is my hair it's just soaking wet all the time. I hate it. Oof. Yeah, I have this, like, I don't know, it's a fan like this big, but it's like really powerful. I have it on me right now. Because otherwise I would die in here under these lights. So damn hot. I'm in the DC area. And it's been like, I see everybody's posts on Instagram about, fall and the leaves are changing. There's nothing changing here. It's still been hot as crap. It said, there was a thing that said, like, 'cause people go out to the Shenandoah Valley and Skyline Drive out there to see the leaves changing and stuff. And they were saying, like, if you plan on doing that, you need to wait like 2 weeks. I mean, the leaves, we had to go. So my dog has a tumor, and they said it could be cancer. It's like 50% chance it's cancer. So she has to have surgery in like 2 weeks, right? And her vet is like a long way away from here. So we went out there because my husband's family had that vet. So we've just kept that vet, even though it's a hike. Well, we went out there and I thought, oh, the leaves are going to be changing. It's going to be so pretty. There's nothing falling off the trees. There's no leaves changing. There's nothing. So. Well, that's a good idea. Maybe I should take this fan because this thing is like really powerful. Because like my ceiling fan, it doesn't really do anything. Yeah, maybe I need to just put this fan up near me. I hate getting hot at night. Oh. Yeah, I think she's going to be okay. I mean, we discovered it, like, this little tumor, like, probably about 4 weeks after she got spayed. And we took her to the vet right away. And because we thought it was like a hernia. It looked like a little hernia. And they're like, no. It's a mammary gland tumor. And he was like, I'm sure it's fine. Just keep an eye on it. If it starts hurting her or if it grows, then you need to come back in. So I go to Vegas, I come back, and I'm like, holy crap, the thing grew. And like, if you touch it, it's painful to her now. So they were like, we can take liquid and try to send it away and see what it is. Or, we can do surgery, remove it, and do a biopsy. So we were like, yeah, surgery, remove it, do a biopsy. Because each one of those things costs something different, and we were like, just do it. You know what I mean? I don't care how much it costs. If I got to go get 10 jobs, I don't care. That's my dog. Like, oh my gosh, I saw those, Ken. I saw those. I wondered if they work. They're like really small, but they're supposed to be like really powerful. I wonder if they work. Oh, they don't sell any alcohol in the stores out there? Wow. Now, see, it's so weird because in Maryland, if you go into a 7-Eleven in Maryland, they don't sell alcohol. In Virginia, if you go into a 7-Eleven, they sell tons of alcohol. So if you go into a 7-Eleven in Virginia And then you go into one in Maryland. It just looks so bizarre because there's so much alcohol at the 7-Elevens in Virginia. It's unreal. But we have like liquor stores, ABC stores, you know. Yeah, I've seen an ad for it, Ken. I just wonder, I mean... Oh, you're dropping your son off? I do that too, Pat. I do that too. Darlene. Yeah, it's been like... I mean, there's some nights here where it's 50. You know, it gets down to like 50, but I still burn up. Oh no, you broke the lid? That's not cool. Especially because those things aren't cheap. Yeah, maybe I should do that, Ken. I need to try and see, because, man, I am over it. And it's just, like I said, like, if I go live or I do a video, it's so hard, because if you don't have the lights, like, it just looks horrible. The video quality looks really crappy, you know? Yeah, I could easily run a fan every night all year. Oh, it lasted at least a year? Cool. Yeah, I should definitely look into getting one then. I'm just so over, you know, being hot and stuffy and my hair kinking up and feeling miserable. Oof, hate it. You know, the problem with me, too, is... See, look at that. My hair is, like, soaking wet. I had a brain tumor when I was younger. And because of that brain tumor, I can't ever be on hormones. I can't be on natural hormones or anything because the tumor can come back. So I'm pretty much screwed, you know, so I just have to deal with it. Yeah. I feel you, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, I definitely will. Yeah, someone else told me that. Someone emailed me and said, oh, you have enough followers now, you can start doing sponsorships. But one thing I will never do, ever, never, ever, you would not catch me backing a product unless I 150% agree with it. Because I'm not going to do a stupid video saying, oh, go spend your hard-earned money on this stupid product that's a piece of crap. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do that to anybody. I don't see how... I'm not going to mention any names, but I was watching this one YouTuber, and she started doing, like, sponsored videos like crazy, which is fine. That's fine. That's how she's making her money. I get it. Like, I haven't even monetized my channel yet. I can, but I haven't, you know? But I get it. You know, that's her income. I get it, right? But when she started doing videos on these crap-ass products that... Two of the things that she talked about on her channel, excuse me, I thought, oh, she has all these followers, you know, it's obviously a good product, right? No, they both sucked. So... At that point, I just got, like, I don't watch her videos anymore. It just pissed me off because it's like, you know, how can you in good faith do a video for something that sucks, for a product that sucks, and try to get people to put their hard-earned money into it when the product clearly sucks? I mean, come on, you know? I was the moron that fell for it twice, so... I would never, ever do that. True, Ken. And yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that. Like, if it were something that I could try out and that I thought was a good product, that's one thing. You know what I mean? Like, I watch a lot of keto people. Amanda's my good friend, Keto Ginger, and, you know, she backs some really good products that I've tried myself, and they're really good. You know what I mean? So there's definitely products out there, you know, that I would... Your payment wasn't completed, sign in. What? Hey, Mark. Something just popped up on the bottom of my computer about his bank account. I'm like, what?
Calling me.
Something just popped up on the bottom, like an email or something about your bank account. Like your signing in didn't work or something.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's my mail that's on the computer. Just ignore that.
Okay, but it's something about your bank. You might want to check.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. I saw that pop up and I was like, that doesn't sound right. But you know, there's so many scams now. Oh my God, so many scams. PayPal scams. I mean, just everything. Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely do an honest review. There's no way. You know, I value my money too much and I value my friendships with people too much. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't do that. No, I've never looked into the healing aspect of it. I'll tell you, out up, I think it's Bull Run Mountain, there's this like spiritualist place there. You know, if you have any types of gifts, you can go there. They have like seminars, they have drum circles, they have clinics, classes. And I actually thought about, you know, maybe starting to look into some of that stuff. But then, you know, the COVID numbers are going back up everywhere. So I doubt they're even open at this point. So, yeah, so I'm over it. Yeah, I definitely should try that though. I mean, I get it. I understand, you know, people monetize their videos. That's how they get paid. I get it, you know, and at some point I'm going to monetize mine too. I could do it right now, but I've just chosen not to. At some point I will. But the last thing I want to do is have a 20-minute video and have 5 freaking commercials. You know what I mean? I just think that's ridiculous. And I don't even know how it works. I haven't even looked into the monetization end of it. I don't know if you can choose or I don't know how it works, but you know, that irks me. Like if I'm watching somebody's video, you know, okay, I'll watch the first 2 commercials. But if there's like 2 more, 4 more, 6 more, you know, I click out of them. Like bugs the crap out of me. People's time's too valuable, you know? I know, me too, Pat. I get them all the damn time. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I need to look into that to see why it is. Because, you know, you can go on some people's channels and they'll have a 20-minute video and there's like 2 commercials, 2 ads. They're not commercials, ads, 2 ads, right? You go on somebody else's 15-minute video and there's 5. And I'm like, wait, why? What? Yeah. Yeah, when I got back from Vegas, you know, my sister and I had talked about it, and she said, you know, she was going to stay in for a couple weeks, and I did too, because, you know, God forbid I would have gotten COVID. I wouldn't want to have, like, passed it on to everybody, you know what I mean? So I stayed inside, and I'm still being cautious. I mean, I went out today and ran some errands, but I'm, like, really cautious. Yeah, I should try that. I am definitely. That's actually a really good idea. Yeah, I don't know how. Maybe that is. Maybe you can choose because I don't know. Yeah. Hey, Debbie, how are you? How's it going, Raw? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, you know, they said, oh, it's your dog's tumor. It's 50% chance it's cancer, 50% chance it's not. But you know what? She's eating, she's active, she's acting like she always does. So I really think we probably, you know, caught it pretty quick if it is cancer, you know. But my husband had run into a neighbor of ours and their dog got the same tumor, and I guess they didn't act on it right away. And their dog ended up dying of cancer. And so, of course, immediately my husband comes back to the house and he's like call the vet right now. Get an appointment right now. So we did. And she goes like 2 weeks on a Thursday. So I just want to get it done and make sure she's okay, you know. But I'm not stressing about it. Like with our other dog, I stressed a lot, you know, and worried so much. And I said, this time I'm just going to pray about it. I'm not going to stress, you know. I'm just going to put it out into the universe, good vibes, and, you know. Yeah. Hey, Jennifer, how's it going, honey? Welcome. Yeah. Oh, I will kiss my doggy for you for sure, Kat. Thank you. Yeah, right, kid? Right. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'm sure she's okay, though, because so the way they do it there is you pull up in the parking lot, you call inside, they come out, they put a number on your windshield, and then the tech comes out, get your animal. So, I mean, we couldn't even be with the dog, which kind of sucked, but the tech came and got her, and the tech was so good with her, and then the tech brings her back out, and then the vet comes out, and she came out, and she said, look, it's a mammary gland tumor. It's 50% chance it could be cancer. You know, we can do this, this, and this. And, you know, at first I was thinking, oh, yeah, maybe we should just have them aspirate liquid off of it and send it away. But it's like, that makes no sense. We might as well just go ahead, remove the whole thing, and then send it away for biopsy. Because she said, if they aspirated the tumor and sent it away, it may or may not be 100% accurate. So, of course, we were like, surgery, yeah, remove it, please, do a biopsy, thank you. Like, I mean, do people actually go in there and say, oh, no, oh, that could be cancer on my dog? Oh, no, I'm not going to worry about it. Do people really do that? Like, because it kind of blew my mind the way she phrased it. I was like, I looked at my husband and I'm like, yeah, we're going to need to do surgery and a biopsy. Yeah, you know. Do people actually say no? I guess people do. I don't know. Aw. I understand, Velskra. Our dog, June 1st, she turned 10. You know, and she's a min pin, so, you know, the life expectancy of min pins, they say they can live to be like 13 or 14, you know. But a lot of min pins get this one illness, and I don't even want to think about it because I'm doing so good staying positive. I don't think about it. They are our children. Yeah, it was hard because she's so attached to my husband. You know, when we got her, my husband was going through cancer, and he was not in a good place, you know, and she would refuse, like, she wouldn't even go outside to go to the bathroom. She would stay next to him. She didn't want to leave his side because he was in so much pain, you know, and he was hurting so bad. And she got so attached to him so quickly, you know, so this is how bad it is. If I go to take her for a walk and my husband's in this house somewhere, she will not go with me. Even if I pick her up and carry her outside and put her down, she will turn around and run back to the front door. Like, she's so attached to my husband. Oh, YouTube puts the ads? Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I am. Asthma, that sucks. My sister has really bad asthma, so I was really worried about her, but she's done really well. She's just doing really good. Don't say you wouldn't. You really wouldn't. I would. Oh, thanks, Raw. Janelle, hey, girlfriend, hey. Oh, we're all good. We're good. My puppy's good. Everybody's going to be okay. We'll survive. Yeah, you know, it was weird for quite a few years, Ken, because he was healthy and he had to take care of me during all the brain surgeries and the seizures. I mean, I was having so many grand mal seizures and petite mal seizures, you know, and brain surgeries. And I mean, it was nonstop. So We're raising 3 young kids. So he's trying to take care of me, work full time, and take care of 3 kids and a house. You know, and then I got better, and then he got sick. You know, so I mean, we've been very blessed in that, thank God, we've both never been real sick at the same time. You know, we've been very fortunate and blessed, you know. And we have great families. I mean, I don't have family nearby. He has 2 sisters nearby, and I could call them, especially the one. I could call her and say, I need you to come do this. And she'd be like, done, I'll be there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we've been very fortunate. Belsker, are you doing any better? I mean, are you like, do you feel like you're back to quote normal again after COVID? Yeah, that's true. I guess that's true. But you know, I would think if I didn't have the money, I think I would just have to beg, borrow, and steal. You know what I mean? Like, I would have to get the money. I would have to borrow it from, I don't know how, but I would have to, you know what I mean? But I get it. I mean, I get it. You know, when my hubby got laid off after being with the company for 14 years, and then we had no health insurance, and he was diagnosed with cancer. I mean, like, we were supposed to lose our house. They were going to, every time we turned around, they were going to auction off our house, and something would happen, and it would be stopped. And we're like, and then the next time I'd be like, okay, I'm okay with it. If you need to take the house, just take it. Okay, I'm good. We'll get through it. It's just a house. And then bam, it wouldn't be auctioned. I mean, we should have lost our house so many times during that. And thank God our animals weren't sick, or it would have been horrible. Oh, wow. Yeah, pet insurance. I actually got that on our last dog. It was really worthwhile for our other dog. She had tons of ear problems. Oh, Belscrud, are you better? I mean, are you feeling like back to yourself? Oh, good. Okay, good. Wow, that's awesome, Ken. I wish we had something like that here. You know, there's so many animals at shelters here that are put down every day. It's so freaking pathetic. You know, let me tell you, this past week, somebody had posted on our like neighborhood. We have like this neighborhood app thing, and they had posted that they had like a 13-year-old dog. They had to get rid of it. They were afraid if they took it to the pound that it would be put down. And, you know, he gets along well with other dogs, and he loves kids, and, you know, and so I see this like 3 hours after that was posted. So at this point, there's like 300 comments. And so I'm reading through the comments, and in my head, I'm like planning, okay, I'm going to finish reading this. I'm going to go tell hubby. I'm going to get a hold of this lady. I'm going to go get the dog, right? Well, thankfully, as I got further into the comments, someone said, oh my gosh, I want to take him. I have an elderly dog as well, a senior, and I think they'd be really good for each other. And I was so grateful, because you just hate to see that. I mean, they're all this dog's known his whole life, you know? We do need some kind of health care, but I'll tell you, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know. You're still weak, yeah. Wow, really, Ken? I wish it were like that here. I can't even imagine 105-degree fever. I would be at the hospital going, hello? 105-degree fever. Oh my God, you're so lucky you didn't have seizures and yeah, they are losing everything. And these stupid moronic politicians, The Democrats and the Republicans can't get their shit together and decide and put aside their differences and actually freaking work together to come up with something. It just pisses me off so bad. Yeah. I mean, we have a bunch of organizations here, like, but I guess as I'm reading through the comments, she had called like these, there were like 4 organizations for, senior dogs, and they were all full. I mean, and that's the sad reality is, they're all full here too. I mean, everywhere, Yeah. Wow. That is insane. No, hey, Dee Dee, what's up, girl? Let me tell you, Ken, Obamacare, let me give you an example. So this girl that I know had her own business, and she had divorced her husband. So her husband was carrying insurance on their daughter, so she just needed insurance on herself. So she gets her health insurance, and she was paying like $370 a month, right? And it was like a $5,000 deductible, but her prescriptions were like $25 each, and every time she went to the doctors, it was like $25, right? So Obamacare came in and took over, and she went from paying almost $400 a month to paying $1,300 a month for her health insurance. And not only that, it had like a $15,000 deductible. Yeah, excuse me. So Obamacare wasn't that good either. I mean, it had the potential. They had the right idea, I think, but they just couldn't get there. And I mean, it's no damn doubt with, pharmaceutical companies here in the United States, man, they just bleed you dry. Like, it's horrible. Yeah, DDC, Obamacare kicked our ass, see? Wow. Yeah, you guys have it made there, Ken. Yeah. I know, poor Ken. $70, it's all you pay, Bell's crap. You know what? I'm so glad I'm talking to y'all about this. So my son started a new job, right? And he's a contractor. So the company he contracts through, they were supposed to offer him health insurance, okay? Well, I mean, this kid hasn't had to deal with health insurance in years past, right? So he says to me, Mom, how do I find out about my health insurance? And I'm like, you've been working for the company for like 6 weeks. You have to wait till next year for open enrollment. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you only have like a 2 to 3 week window when you get hired. He's like, I didn't know that. They didn't send me anything. So now he's trying to get insurance. And when we're looking, it's like, $380, $450 a month for him. And I'm just like, that's ridiculous. That's freaking insane. Hey, Kim. Hey, what's up? Dogs could get COVID. Oh my God. Here's my problem with like Obamacare, or whatever it's called, like the healthcare system that covers everybody. My concern is I have to have so many specific kind of tests that are really expensive because of my brain issues, the neurological issues. That would be my concern, is that because if my shunt that I have that runs from my brain down to my stomach, if that fails, it starts beeping, and I have 8 hours to get to the hospital to have emergency brain surgery, right? So my concern would be if I had some sort of universal health care is, are they going to be able to take me right away and do emergency brain surgery on me? Are they going to be able to schedule these tests when I need them done, or am I going to have to wait 6 months? You know what I mean? Like, that part of it concerns me because I don't know what the answer is, Yeah, Janelle, Obamacare, in theory, it was a good idea. I'll say that much. They just didn't. They just didn't do it right or something. I don't know. Yeah, Ken. Well, because basically with Obamacare, they were charging people so much. Like I said, people went, $1,000 more a month because then it was supposed to help cover somebody else. But yet you were still paying out the wazoo. So yeah, it didn't make any sense. Oh, your husband's still in school. Yeah. Well, yeah. So for you guys, that's perfect. Wow. See? Now, Dee Dee, that's high. My hubby and I pay, I think it's 600 and something a month. And then we each have like $1,000 deductible, I think. But like if I were to have to be hospitalized and have brain surgery, it's all covered. I think I have to pay $500 out of pocket and it's covered, So yeah, and good God, I went over 600 and something a month. Or is it twice a month we pay that? No, just once a month. I mean, I went over that. I can't imagine $2,000 a month. That's insane. Wow, that's awesome, Ken. I really wish they could do something like that here, but they just can't seem to get that together, Oh, they would take me. Okay. Bellscra, your husband has a pituitary tumor. Is it a pituitary adenoma? Because I have that. Is that what he has? Does he have a pituitary adenoma? Oh, wow. I've never seen that. I'll have to watch that by Michael Moore. Wow. Yeah, Darlene. My son's best friend lives with us. He works for Home Depot. He didn't sign up for insurance. He just got out of the hospital for kidney stones and they had to do surgery. Oh, gosh. The poor guy. Oh, my God. Hey, Becky. What's up, girlfriend? Wow. $2,400 a month. Whoa. Oh, my gosh. Oh, wow. Bellscra, I had the pituitary adenoma in 1989. I had it removed. And so that's why, like I was talking earlier, to this day, I can't take any kind of hormone treatment, whether it's synthetic or not. I can't, because it'll come back. That's a scary tumor. I went to GW University Hospital in DC. That was in 1989, and I was one of the first people ever in the United States to have a tumor removed like that. They went like up through my lip, went up, broke my nose, pushed it aside, went up, zapped it out. I was one of the first people in the US to ever have that done. I feel your husband's pain. I remember those days. Ugh. They diagnosed me with fibromyalgia years ago, but I don't think I have it. Yeah, Kim, his bill is going to be unreal. He needs to fill out the indigent care forms, though. That is one good thing. Because he has a job, they'll do like a sliding scale. They're called indigent care forms. So you need to have him call HR at the hospital. Ugh, pacemaker. Ugh. Oh, geez. Oh, good. I'm glad they can't get COVID because that really sucks. Your dog's got COVID. Oh, my God. Oh, good. I'm glad he's okay, Ken. Oh, thank God you have insurance, Ken. I can't, Wow, Pat, that's awesome, though. That's awesome. That's really good. Wow. That sucks, Dee Dee. You know, my husband works for the VA. He's one of the computer people that goes all over the U.S. and makes sure that their computer systems are, the security's safe and all that, so that people's information doesn't get leaked and stuff. Oh no, the poor puppies! Dogs have had COVID for years, really? Oh wow. I didn't even know that. Wow. You okay in there, honey? Oh. I was making sure you didn't fall down the stairs.
Yeah, that's not me.
Nah. The Dallas VA is horrible, really. Honey, have you ever been to the Dallas VMC?
Yeah.
Dee Dee, my husband's been to that one because
Yeah.
Dee Dee's saying that
Yeah,
they suck.
there's two of them. There's one up north from Dallas. Can't remember the name of it. Bond something. Is it Bond?
I don't know.
Oh, that's the guy's name.
So my hubby said he's been to the Dallas one. But you know, I know this guy from years ago, and he was in Afghanistan, an IED blew up, and so he's a mute now, he can't speak. So anyway, he moved back to this area, and he goes to the DC VA, and he just talks about how horrible they are. And I'm here to tell you, let me tell you something. And I'm not saying this about Dallas, don't get me wrong, Dee Dee. But you know, he's just one of those people that no matter what you do for him, it's never enough. You know what I mean? So he'll say like, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. But then he shows up at the VA hospital. He'll show up there and demand to be admitted. And they freaking admit him. And then he bitches about it. So yeah, so he's always going off about how horrible they are. And trust me, like we hear some of the stuff and, you know, my husband hears it, you know, through emails and shit. So yeah, they're no, you know, by any means they're not perfect. But I mean, maybe one day it'll get better. Yeah, they can be really rude. I do know that's true. My husband's had a couple run-ins at different VAMCs that he's been to. Where in Colorado, Kim? Oh no, you had somebody scream at you? I would be really pissed if somebody screamed at me. Oh, thanks, Becky. I hate it right now. It's just getting on my nerves. Excuse me. They just updated the VA hospital in Nebraska. Oh, wow. Hey, babe. Have you ever been to the VAMC in Colorado?
No,
Bye,
Scott,
Janelle. Bye, honey.
Scott went to that one.
Oh, Aurora?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
no.
brand new one out there.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. He said his buddy went to that one. He hasn't been to that one.
That's brand new.
Bye, Janelle. Yeah, she said it was. Oh, no, he's got a messed up heart.
New Orleans has one that's brand new too.
Oh, New Orleans has a new one? Wow. 43? Wow. No doubt. That sucks. Yeah, he's been, between him and his coworker, they've been to like all of them. Like, it's crazy. Becky. Ah. Oh, you live down the street from there. Nice. I bet it's gorgeous there, huh?
Where?
But you know what? Aurora, Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I would not live in Colorado for anything right now with all these psychos killing their spouses and crap. You could not pay me enough to live there. Yeah, you know, we're never happy, right? My hair's straight, curly, kinky. It's just getting on my nerves. I just really want to chop it off, but I won't, but I want to. Bye, Belskra. Have a good night, honey. I hope you feel better. Hope things go well with you going back to work, too, hon. Take care. Yeah, Colorado. Exactly, Ken. That's so good. So good. I know, I'm like afraid for like people in Colorado. You know what I mean? There's just like, oh, that's good, Kim. Trust me, I had a horrible husband before. It's been quite a few years ago, and he's sitting in jail for trying to have a sexual relationship with a 14-year-old girl. That's sick, you know what? Kim, you poor thing. It's just like every time you turn around, there's somebody else in Colorado. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. You chopped off 8 inches. Holy crap. Yeah, I was just telling everybody earlier, my sister-in-law does my hair, right? And she won't let me. I'll go to her and be like, can you just chop it all off? And she's like, no, because you'll regret it after I do it. She won't do it. She's like, I'll give you bangs, I'll trim it up, I'll color it. I'm not chopping the shit off. And she won't either. Oh no. Let me write that down. Where the hell did my pen go? Did you take my pen, honey? Oh, never mind, never mind. Never mind. Girl got missing Ogden, Utah. Shelby. $25,000 for one night. Holy crap. Oh, wow. Wow. She is, Becky. Like, okay, so did any of you all see in the comment section how somebody was like, do you hear that those EVPs? Did anybody see that on the update to Suzanne Morphew video I did? So my son happened to be here, and hubby was listening. He couldn't figure out what they were saying. So I had my son listen. He has really good hearing. And he was like, oh, it's saying this, and then later it's saying this and saying this. It was so bizarre. You know, but when I connected with her, like, she came to me, fed me this information, and then I was going to sit down and do the video, so I kind of like locked everybody out. So I don't know if, you know, she was trying to get my attention. I don't know. But I don't ever think to, like, listen for EVPs. I don't know why I don't, but I just don't. I don't think of it, you know? I should, but I don't. So I was, like, blown away. Because she said, that's my frickin' bedroom. That's my frickin' bedroom. I think that's what she said. Okay, so y'all, then later she said something about the baby. I was like, whose baby? Like, because I doubt Suzanne was pregnant. I wasn't feeling that at all. I mean, she had just gotten over cancer. So then I'm thinking, so did he have a mistress that was pregnant? Or was one of his daughters pregnant or something? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like racking my brain trying to get the answer, and I just wasn't getting shit. Yeah. Exactly, Becky. I'm so glad I don't have that man in my life anymore. Pathetic piece of, you know what? Yeah, right? Or Chris Watts. Ugh. Yeah. Really, Becky. I believe it. Like, when she came through to me, it was so, like, how do I say this? It was like, she was right there and she was like, you need to listen to me. You know? Like, she wasn't going to go away. So that's why when I heard the EVPs, I'm like, shit. She had more to say, you know? I still can't figure out. Barry does have a mistress that's pregnant, but it's a really. Yeah. Wow, that's insane. It's just, you know, he just put the house up for sale, somebody told me, and I mean, it's
one of your followers.
Oh yeah, somebody in the comments told me. But it's like, how? Legally, how can you do that? You know what I mean? Like, and why would you do that? If you didn't kill her, then the last thing you would want to do would be to put your house up for sale. Because your thinking would be, okay, if she's just missing and she comes back tomorrow, I need to be here waiting for her. You know what I mean? So it's just so freaking obvious, you know? But apparently the police still need more information. Becky. That's funny. Yeah, Dee Dee, you know what? There's got to be more to the story. Where in the hell did all this money come from? Someone had said Suzanne inherited $500,000. Okay, but when you buy $1 million home, $500,000 doesn't get you anywhere. You know what I mean? They went out and bought new cars, and it doesn't add up. Something doesn't add up. It's pathetic. Wow, Darlene, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad they caught the person. Good God, what the hell is wrong with people? Sorry, it's just so frustrating. Like, I mean, you can't even imagine how many names I get. You know what I mean? Like, it just blows my mind that there are so many unsolved cases out there. Definitely, he's getting it from somewhere. Where the hell is he getting it from? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they definitely, you know, they really, I hope the police, I hope they get what they need soon. Yeah, see, that just blows my mind, Ken. Where is he getting all this damn money from? I am the home in Puma Path in Colorado. He's got it up for sale for $1.7 million. Yeah, I don't know where all this money is coming from. You know, we have a couple of, a friend of mine's son owns a landscaping company. And he does really well for himself. But he's not out buying a $1.7 million home and new vehicles for everybody and their brother either. You know what I mean? Becky, I hope you're right. You know, when they were saying that Suzanne's brother had the dogs out and that it hit on something, I was like, no, it's not. It's not going to be something that's solved right now. But everybody kept saying, oh yeah, oh yeah. Bye, Raw. Take care, honey. Have a great weekend. I kept saying it's not gonna be solved right now. Like, it's not gonna be solved right now, you know? I kept feeling like it's a ways away. But you know, he hit her really well. You know, Dee Dee, I had thought, when people were asking me what I thought a while ago, I said, you know what, maybe she's in Indiana. I don't know, I felt like that. But here lately, and when she came to me the other day, I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, and I hope I am wrong, because then maybe that means they'll find her quicker. But no. I don't think she's that far away from where she lived in Colorado. I don't think she's that far away. The Cal Carson address, I don't know anything about that, honey. Okay, well, you're talking about moving her more than once. When Suzanne came to me the other day, I kept seeing, like, I saw her body, like, in one location, and then in an instant, I saw her body in a completely different location. And I really do think he moved her several times. You know, the sad reality is he knew what he was doing. It was planned. He planned it out pretty well. You know what I mean? His daughters were away. Like, yeah. Brian Ladd has a location pinpointed. Yeah, somebody else had told me that. Yeah, I don't think, like, when I say I don't think she's far from home, okay, I don't think for a second that he was dumb enough to bury her on any property associated with him. You know what I mean? It was too carefully planned out for him just to willy-nilly say, oh, I've got to do a landscaping project on this property, let me just throw her body there. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't feel like she's that far away from home. But I don't think it's on their property either. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, and I do think he panicked and moved her. I believe that, yeah. Yeah. It's so sad, Darlene. Good God. People are so pathetic. Exactly. Like, less than 30 miles, but because a while back I was thinking, he was going out of town, right? So not psychically, but I was thinking, it would make sense if he buried her somewhere between her home and there. But I really think he put her somewhere to begin with, and I think he thought he was okay with that, and then he had second thoughts and he came back and moved her. But I don't think it's on his property. I think, I'd said this before, it's like, I don't know, part of me thinks she's hiding in plain sight. I think he did a really good job concealing her. Yeah. Yeah, I kept seeing, like, when I was connecting with her the other day, okay, I was seeing, like, she was so, like, encapsulated. It's not like she was, like, laying straight out in place somewhere. You know what I mean? No, she was like scrunched up and and I kept thinking like a crate. I kept seeing like a crate. And I said a crate. And then later I said to my husband, I said, I wonder if it's like one of those big coolers. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. And then somebody had commented like that night or something that they couldn't find any coolers at his house when they searched. So I don't know, but I just feel like she was so encapsulated. So yeah, she could have been in concrete or something, but I just feel like wherever she is, she's in a really small area. I don't know. Cheeseburger pizza on the way. Oh wow, really? Let me write him down, Brian Ladd. I don't know who he is. You know, I've looked at a lot of psychic channels, and I mean, there are a lot on there that come off as amazing human beings, and more power to them. But there are also a lot that I watch that I'm like, don't take this wrong, okay? Because I would never cut down another person. I don't care if they're psychic or not. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my style. But I've gone on several channels, and it's like the warning bells just go off. Like, it doesn't feel right to me. I mean, I would hate for someone else to say that about me. You know what I mean? But I've always had this thing to where I could feel it. If somebody was legit, I could feel it, you know? A friend of mine used to go to the psychic, and she would come back and tell me all the stuff that the psychic said. And I'm looking at her like, she's full of crap. I can feel it. She's full of crap. You're paying all this money and she's full of crap. And in the end, guess what? She paid all this money to her and she was full of crap. And my friend figured it out. And I said, you dumb moron, why don't you just come to me? You know, you wouldn't have to pay. Like, I would have taken care of you, right? But I don't know. I hate to say that, but I can just, yeah, I can just feel it. Yeah, entombed. Ken, that's the perfect word. Exactly, I am. I mean, that's so. I was watching Linda on It's a Crime earlier, and she was talking about her thoughts on everything, and she's got a really good brain. She'd make like an awesome detective. It could have, yeah, it could have very easily have been that. A military lugger, it could have been, yeah. Yeah. I'm not going to go into detail about, you know, I'm not going to go into detail about who I've watched and who I thought was legit or not. But I will say this. So one night, I couldn't sleep. Hubby was sound asleep. So I decided to go on YouTube, and I watched 11 different psychic channels. And out of 11 psychic channels, immediately, as soon as I went on the channels and started watching the video, I could immediately, like I knew. I don't know how to explain it, but I just knew. There were two that I felt were legit. The other 9, and that's not to say, look. That's not to say that the other 9 didn't have some sort of gift. That's just to say the particular videos I watched, okay, out of those 11 people, 2 of them were legit, and the other 9, I just didn't feel like they were really connecting with who they said they were connecting with, if that makes sense. And look, I'm not a freaking psychic guru, or you know what I mean? Like, so don't get me wrong. That's just my personal, you know, and I hate saying that, right? Because there are so many fake psychics out there that screw people out of so much money. And then there's, you know, then there are the real psychics out there that people are like, oh, you're full of crap. You're not psychic. You know what I mean? Because the bad ones ruin it for us. And I just had hubby today just deleted this guy's comment because he was just being such an asshole. It's like, oh, we already knew all this stuff. okay, dude, whatever. And you can't please everybody all the time. For the life of me, who is this person that's like creeping through our neighborhood? You see that? So like,
In the car?
yeah, it's just weird because that's the second time they went by creeping like that. Like they're looking for something. I'm not a psychic guru, okay? But it just pisses me off that, the people that come onto psychic channels and then they're like, oh, psychics aren't real, wah, wah, wah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, could you at least think of something a little bit more original to say than psychics aren't real? Because, come on, I've heard that a million times. And then the other ones that are like, oh, you're fat. Tell me something I don't already know. You know what I mean? So I appreciate people, if they're skeptics, I appreciate them because, if they're honest and upfront and they're like, I'm a skeptic and I don't think I believe this. And then I'm like, okay, well, keep watching and maybe you'll figure it out sometime. You know what I mean? It's just frustrating.
Let me say something about that along those lines.
Okay.
This is something that I wanted to do because I've been around you for so long. I know that you're real. I've witnessed it. I've witnessed people getting comfort from you.
Yeah.
That's one thing I want to do is for you to go through a list, as they come along. Hey, this guy's real. This girl's real. I want to incorporate those people into our lives and kind of huddle together as a team and to help others that need comforting.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do that, and so those two, I want you to let me know those two.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, could you hear him? Let me turn the fan back on because I'm dying of a heat stroke over here. Yeah, maybe it is Pizza Delivery. I wish it were. I wish they were coming here. I wish Marco's Pizza didn't close because they were the best friggin' pizza and they closed. I'm so pissed. Aw, thanks, I am. That's awesome. Thanks, Becky. Do I see the murky water? No. I don't see that with Suzanne, but that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? I do see her like in tuned or encased, yeah. So that doesn't mean anything. And look, I could be totally off when I went to these psychic channels. I could be completely wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not a guru, but I will tell you in years past, if I came across a psychic, I could usually tell right away if they legitimately were connecting and being honest. You know what I mean? Because I know there are people out there that, I don't know what they're called, but there are people out there that say that they're people that claim to be psychic and they're really not psychic. They just know how to like read people's reactions and body movements and stuff. And the funniest thing is the contact that I've had with several psychics, they never pick up on my abilities. So when that happens, immediately, what do you think I'm going to think? I'm like, girl, if you were legit, you would know, okay? You would just know. I see you. Sorry, guys. But it's just frustrating to me because there are a lot of psychics out there that are making a hell of a lot of money. Like a hell of a lot of money. You know what I mean? I've never done this because of money for obvious reasons. I have people IM me all the time on Instagram, and if they have a question and I feel like they need the answer to that question, then I'm going to answer them. But if you tried to go to a psychic out there and get a free reading, you would have a hard time finding a psychic that would give you a free reading. You know what I mean? But if I feel like somebody really needs the answer, then of course I'm going to do it, Yeah, I do feel like she's in one piece. Exactly, Darlene. Becky. Yeah, my husband's such a good guy. But yeah, I don't know. There are just so many out there that aren't real. And it really upsets me because a lot of them are making a hella ton of money. And, you know, I just want to say, like, I just want to go to them and say, how can you live with yourself? How do you sleep with yourself at night? How do you go to a completely innocent person? You know, the thing with psychics is the majority of the time when people come to me, especially like if they email me or they send me a message on Instagram or something, they're in a bad, you know, they're in a tough spot. They've lost someone they love, or they've lost their job, or whatever. They're usually in a precarious situation, and they need answers and they need guidance, right? So how can you pose as a psychic and give them bullshit guidance and lay your head on the pillow at night knowing that you just walked away with a couple $100 worth of their money in your pocket, of their hard-earned money? How can you do that? You know? Yeah, it's something I feel really passionately about. I get really worked up and pissed off really easy about it. So just please forgive me. You know, it just really upsets me, you know, because then that just makes, if you give someone a bullshit reading, it's not going to be the reading. It's not going to be what they need. It's not going to be what spirit tells you to give them. You know what I mean? So later they're going to be like, you know, that stupid psychic. You know what I mean? Like, and then it just makes all the other psychics in the world look bad. It makes us all look like we're horrible people, you know, and we're just trying to make money off of people. I hate that. Ooh, have fun at the gym, Darlene. Work out for me, please. Hot flash. I know, I'm having hot flashes. Ugh, Becky. No, Becky, I'm not talking about people like you, girl. I'm not talking about... No. Yeah, exactly, Ken. Exactly. Yeah. You know, let me tell you a little story. So, all right, so I got an email from somebody. You'll never figure out who it is, no matter how hard you try. I don't want to say any names. Okay. Hey, Amanda, what's up, girlfriend? But I got an email, and this particular person told me that they had gotten a reading from this other person who has a YouTube channel. So she says to me, well, she told me this, and this, but everything she said to me, I totally believe her, and she's good, and she's on point. The reading was perfect. But I just have one question. Okay. So she had one question. So I said, this is what I said to her. I said, okay, well, you should probably call her back or email her back and ask her, you know, I don't want to step on another psychic's toes. I don't want to get in the middle of that. You know what I mean? And then so she writes me back and she says, no, but I don't think she's right about this one particular thing. And it was the most important thing that I needed her to be right about. And so I wrote back and I said, well, there are a lot of things in the psychic industry, the psychic world, that are open to interpretation. So two different psychics can get the exact same information and they can walk away with two totally different answers. Papa John's just drove by. Okay. So I said, contact her back and then, let me know. And I'm interested just to see how it plays out, basically. So she writes back to me like 2 days later. She contacted the psychic back, and the psychic said, oh, sure, no problem. I can answer that. I can give you more guidance on that. I just need $150 more. And I said, holy shit. I have never given anybody an answer to one question for $150 freaking dollars. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So I felt bad for this person. And I said, she's like, I don't have the money. As it was, I didn't have the money to begin with. I used money that was for my bills to get the reading. And I was like, oh, God, you're killing me, right? So I said, okay, let's start over. So I said, what are you needing to know about? So I said, okay. So I walked away. I was getting what I was getting, and I wrote back to her. Well, when I wrote back to her, it was like 2 pages worth of stuff, okay? Again, people have paid me to do one subject reading, and they end up getting a bunch of other stuff, because who am I to say that what's coming through isn't important? You know what I mean? So I write her back, and so she writes me back, and she said, oh my gosh. She's like, I can't even believe this. She's like, every answer that she gave me, your reading was just the opposite. And she was like, but what you said fit with what's been going on. Like, it totally makes sense. So then I said, just out of curiosity, who is this? And she told me. And I went to her channel, and I was just cringing. Cringing. I could be totally wrong. But I didn't feel like she had any kind of ability whatsoever. I mean, this is how bad it was. She did a video of a tarot card reading, okay? And I don't do tarot. I don't claim to know tarot. I've tried to learn tarot. It's just not me. I just don't do well with it, right? But I had nothing but the utmost respect for people that can do tarot readings, So I'm watching her do a tarot card reading, and she's saying, oh, this means this, this, and this. Well, then I go a couple days later and I watch another video, and she's doing a tarot card reading, and she says the exact same thing that the tarot card video from like 3 weeks ago said. So I'm listening to it, and I'm like, am I watching the same video? So I back out, and then I go and I see the other video that I'd watched, right? And I'm like, I've got to be like dreaming this. This can't be true. So I watched that video again, and it was the same freaking reading. She mixed up a few words, and so anyway, my point is, the first thing I wanted to do was email this person and say, how dare you take advantage of this young woman? She's in a precarious situation. She trusted you, and you fed her a bunch of bullshit. The girl ended up sending me what the psychic gave her. And I was completely blown away by a $225 reading. And then she said, oh, I'll answer that one question for you if you send me another $150. How do you sleep at night? How do you lay your head on the pillow and sleep at night? Oh my God. Sorry guys, I'm really passionate about this. I can't stand fake people. I hate fake people, and I hate fake psychics even worse than fake people. Oh. Hey, Michelle Penny. I can add them to my list for sure. Chris Krimmer. You know what? I think I might have that already. Yeah, that's crazy, Ken. What is wrong with people? Becky, oh my God. Aw, thanks, Becky. That is horrible, Becky. That just pisses me off. I want to beat this person up. As you get to know me more, I will envision myself physically punching somebody that I'm mad at, but then it just comes and goes, and then I calm down, and I'm okay then. Yeah, that sucks, Becky. That's just so pathetic. People are so pathetic. Wow, thank God you weren't, Pat. That sucks.
Victoria,
Yeah.
one thing that we're going to do is before Robert Palmer or anybody else
Yeah.
musically, we're going to do, if we can get through to him, is
Eddie Van Halen.
yes,
Yeah.
because I grew up with the kid.
Did you guys hear my hubby? He wants me to do Eddie Van Halen since he just passed. So let me tell you a little story. So my hubby was a little surfer kid in California. And
I was good looking back then too.
you still are good looking. And so he was a teenager, and him and his buddies heard about this party, right? Girls were free and guys had to pay like $2. So they go to this big, huge mansion in California to this party, right? It's rocking. There's wall-to-wall people, you know, huge party. Guess who's in the backyard playing? Van Halen, before they were anybody. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, I really want you to connect with them. So yeah, I need to try to work on that. Yeah, but Becky, okay, yeah, you quote fell for it, you know, but you were at a time in your life when you wanted to trust somebody. You know, you were trusting this person. Amanda, are you serious? Oh my gosh, Amanda, don't take this the wrong way. But do y'all remember the Friends episode when Phoebe was like talking about Chandler's mom? Amanda, right? Because Chandler's dad is now a woman. Amanda. Sorry, Amanda. Yeah, that's just so pathetic that people would take advantage of you like that. That just pisses me off so bad. Exactly, she was the negative energy. Oh, trust me, I am. I don't get that kind of money. Trust me. Look, I'm grateful for what I do make. You know what I mean? But if I did it for the money, trust me. Trust me. You know, so when I wanted to do this, here was what, you know, I talked to my hubby. I had tried to start a YouTube channel years ago. And I just didn't have thick enough skin. I wasn't at a good place in my life. I was at a good place in my life, but I wasn't at a good place as far as dealing with a-holes that leave stupid comments, right? So I told my hubby, yeah, I think I want to try. I think I'm at a good place in life that I can do it this time. And so I was like, okay, what do I want to get out of this? And I wanted to get out being able to help other people, being able to find missing people, being able to find murderers. And the other thing was I would love to get sponsorships from people, maybe, to be able to travel to places. You know, I have this thing where I can, if somebody's missing and I go and I touch the front door of their house, like I can see certain things. So my thinking was if I could physically go to where people are missing from and I can touch the ground, or maybe I can find them, because I've been able to do that around here. So I would love to be able to get to a point where I could afford to do that, where I could travel other places and help find people, you know. I don't want to make $1 million. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that. Oh, good, Becky. I'm glad you found somebody good, because, you know, so many psychics ruin it for the good ones. thanks, Becky. Thanks, Pat. Are you shitting me? I am. You've got to be kidding me. Wow. Wow. There you go, Becky. I feel you. I feel you. I get so wrapped up. Like, this has been, yeah, Gannon Stout. That's a really hard one for me, you know? And I have a bunch locally here that I've done that they'll always stick with me. And, you know, I don't think I'll ever be at a place in my life where it won't affect me. Yeah. Aw, thanks, Belskra. Oh my God, Chris Watts. Oof, don't even get me started. You know what? I genuinely, here's what I've been thinking. I feel like I'm being, what's the word? I feel like I'm being pushed to contact him. I felt like I was being pushed to contact Charles Manson. And when he was alive, I never did. But when I connected with him when he was dead, that was the worst. The worst. Almost as bad as J.E. But I feel like I need to contact him. I was thinking about writing to him. I don't know why, but it's like, I know there's something there that I'm not getting and seeing, you know? Oh, Pat, I remember that. It would affect me more, but, you know, anytime I work on a case, it takes a lot out of me. So kind of like the way I look at it is, if it's going to take a lot out of me anyway, it would be awesome if I were in the position of being able to actually go and try to really find that person. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that would be amazing. I mean, I've done it here locally. I've done it in Henderson, Nevada. And I just feel like I really think I could help so many people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, Victoria. Cool name, sister. What's up? Oh, Chris Watts' mistress. Let me tell you. Yeah, Pat. See, yeah. Yeah. I had this one case that I worked on, and, you know, and the mom was inconsolable, and she was just begging me to tell her, you know, what happened to him? What happened to him? I know you know what happened to him. I know you saw it. I know you know what happened to him. I want to know exactly what happened to him. Oh my God. To this day, I mean, that still gets to me, because her son it was bad. And as much as I wanted to, you know, blow her off and say, oh, I don't know. She knew I knew. She could feel it. You know what I mean? She knew. And that was a really hard one. You know, because there was a part of me thinking, you know, I'm a mom. If I were in her shoes, you know what I mean? And I kept thinking, like, if I were in her shoes, I would want to know every little minute detail about what happened to my son, you know? But, it killed me. Killed me. Oh no, Ocean Wave, I'm so sorry. I'm sending you tons of positive thoughts and healing energy. Get better, feel better. I hope it's nothing serious. Mm. Wow. Yeah, I just can't be bothered with these stupid people. Like, you know, I don't know how they sleep at night. I don't get it. And I'm not mentioning names, but you know, there are psychics out there that say, oh, just tell me who you want to connect with. Who do you want to connect with? Anybody. Anybody, somebody, anybody. Just tell me. You know, and then they're like, oh, I can definitely connect with them. Really? Because I don't think you can. Because look, I've been doing this long enough, for enough years. Sometimes I can connect, and sometimes I can't. There's no guarantee. And this person claims every single time they can connect. But when they connect, they don't get anything. You know what I mean? But look, look at me. Look, I will say this. I've had many spirits come through that refuse to talk to me. They're there, they're, you know, saying, hey, what's up? They want to be seen, but they don't have anything to say. So that's definitely happens a lot, you know. But when these people give you this generic bullshit, oh, it just killed me. Oh no, Victoria. Oh no. Yeah, that would be the worst. You know, that would be the worst. You know, I have a case, let me tell you. Ugh. So, this girl that I went to high school with disappeared. And her body was found later. And I know exactly who did it. And even in high school, when I was around this person, I could feel like, I could just feel the horrible negative energy. And it's just so frustrating because he's got everybody snowed. It's so frustrating. He liked her and she didn't like him. She liked his friend. And so he ended up killing her. Yeah. Shit. I am so sorry, Victoria. I know that sucks. No doubt, Kim. Hey, Tiki Tutu, what's up? What's up? Pat, my time is valuable. So is mine, girl. I feel you. Yeah, Amanda, that's true. I mean, it's very possible that they don't want to connect. There's a lot of times when they don't want to, you know, or they don't have anything to say to me, or they don't want to say shit. I don't know. I don't know how to tell you about who's fake. You know what I mean? I can feel it. It's like I can just feel it right away. I get like this. I almost feel like it almost feels like my heart's skipping a beat. And I know right away that they're not legit. I don't know. Maybe I should do like a video on that, because I think there's a lot of little things that I could probably tell you that would help. Maybe I'll do that. The Charles Manson one, Becky, girl, let me tell you. He was the biggest, evilest, sickest piece of crap I've ever seen in my life. Nothing he said made sense. He was just he was babbling like, just babbling like an incessant fool. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Nothing he said made sense. He was just a freaking idiot. And honestly, it just pissed me off. Like, because I felt like, oh, you are so wasting my time, you piece of crap. You know what I mean? He was just, yeah. Ken, thank you for getting on that Lears moron. What the hell? People are so damn dumb. Sorry, I cuss a lot. I'm sorry, you guys. It was hard because no one explained anything. I bet, Victoria, that would be horrible as a child. That would be horrible. Oh no, Tiki Tutu, I just saw that. You're sick. I hope you feel better, honey. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know what? It's dog days of summer. I swear to you guys, the end of September through the middle of October is every year the worst time for me. Knock on wood. I haven't gotten sick this year. But normally, I get like a sinus infection or a cold, and I just feel like dirt. So I feel your pain. Yeah, Charles Manson did die. Thank you, whoever. The world is a better place without that piece of you know what. Yeah, I am. I could definitely do a video on that. Maybe I'll do that. Crap. What did I just say today in the comments? I was like, oh, I should do a video on that. Y'all, I'm getting too old for this shit. I need to start writing stuff down. Sorry. Wait, what did you call this, Ken? The Victoria's Malibu slap or something? It's really good, though. He may very well have been a victim of mind control. The only thing I know about him is that he's still an idiot. That's all I know. True, I am true. Are you talking what band? This? My sister gave me this. It says sister. Sister, friends, forever. What are you talking about? I don't know. Mr. V. Hello. I said I'll do a video on it. That's it. Victoria's Malibu slap in the face. I love that kid. Aw, thanks, Becky. Look, there's one thing about me. Two things about me. If I couldn't connect with someone, I would never bullshit and say I could. Number one. Number two, I don't know. There's not enough hours in the days for me to bullshit and waste y'all's time. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to do a video that's a bunch of bullshit. Like, I just won't do that. Oh, that's it. That was it, Pat. Wow, you have an amazing memory. So, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Somebody said, oh, I want to see. And I said, maybe I'll do a video on it. You know what would be funny? I'll do the video. It'd be really cool if they saw it, because I'd really like to have a follow-up little discussion with them today, since it's been years later and they owe me an apology. Trust me, I envision myself smacking the living shit out of every single one of them when everything happened that day. Yeah. No, I feel you, Becky. You know what? It's the weirdest thing, like, I used to always get sinus infections, and I don't get them anymore, thank God, knock on wood. But, you know, when I quit smoking, it's like 10 years ago I quit, and I felt so much better. Like, imagine that. Excuse me, because I smoked so much. It was horrible. I would wake up in the middle of the night to sit and chain smoke. That's how addicted I was. Oh no, there wasn't a story like, so River Phoenix, Flea, he's in the band Red Hot Chili Peppers. He was friends with River Phoenix, and he insisted on riding in the ambulance with River to the hospital when he died. And I was like, oh, I could tell you some stories about the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I used to work backstage at a really prominent venue in the DC area, and I made a lot of friends and I made a few enemies. But I mean, I was friends with Jimmy Buffett, John Mellencamp, Jimmy Buffett, who else? Poison, the guys from Poison, Gene Simmons. There were a lot of people that I became friends with. Yeah. So I said, like, in my comments, I was like, oh, or in my video, I was like, oh, I can tell you some things about Red Hot Chili Peppers. Who's Shelby? Wait, who's Shelby? Oh my God, I used to smoke so much. It was horrible. Horrible. Pat. Yeah, I could tell you some wicked stories about a bunch of musicians. Really wicked stories. I have lots of stories. But a lot of them I would never tell. You know what I mean? I would never, like, embarrass those people. Yep, I'm just me. I'm a knucklehead. I like helping people and I like being stupid and goofy, so this is just me. Well, honestly, I quit on the way driving my husband to the hospital to have part of his kidney taken out for kidney cancer. My thinking was he's going to be in the hospital doped up on pain medication, so he's not going to be able to smoke. So if I quit when we come home, yeah, so I quit. But then I picked up this job, it's a long story, and everybody there smoked, and I started smoking again for, I don't know, it was probably 4 to 6 weeks or something, but I quit. I was like, I can't do this, I gotta quit. Because I just felt horrible, you know? We're all ears. Yeah. Maybe I'll tell some stories sometime. I will say this. I don't know if he still does it. You guys, I'm sweating so bad. It's so hot in here. I don't know if he still does this, but Jimmy Buffett. So at his concerts, like 3 hours before showtime, you would always see his plane fly over. And everybody thought he was in his plane. No. His pilot flew over. He was backstage. He gets there, like, if he takes stage at 9:30, he's there by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. He goes out, he does sound check, he walks around, he watches videos, and then an hour before showtime, he would get into disguise and I would walk with him out into the venue where everybody is, and he would go up to people and be like, yo, Jimmy Buffett rocks, you know? And people are like, yeah, man, Jimmy Buffett rocks. And I'm like this the whole time. That's Jimmy Buffett. He's Jimmy Buffett. Because if you know it's him and you say, hey, you're Jimmy Buffett, you know, he'll bring you backstage. So you can sit on the stage and watch the show and then hang out backstage and eat and drink for free and party, right? So he used to always do that. And then I would take him back to his green room and he would go to sleep for half an hour. And then I had to wake him up a half an hour later. And then he would throw his clothes on and go on stage. Well, so when I first met him, he and I we just hit it off, right? We have similar humor and he made me laugh. He was a funny guy. So the one day, I mean, this was, 3 hours before the show. I hadn't taken him out in the venue yet or anything. And he was like, oh, can you go find my seamstress? Because I need to find out what I'm wearing tonight. And I was like, you should just let me pick your clothes out. Right? I was kidding, of course. He's like, you want to pick my wardrobe out? Okay. So he told me to go find the seamstress, which I did, and he said, you know, she'll take you in there and you pick out what you want me to wear. So I picked out his clothes. Here's the funny part, right? Here's the funny part. All of his shorts were from Walmart. The majority of his Hawaiian shirts were from Walmart. He had a bunch of concert shirts of his, and then his flip-flops are from Walmart. The guy's wardrobe, no lie, the majority of it is Walmart. So I said to the seamstress, he's just kidding about me picking out his wardrobe, right? She's like, no, go ahead, pick it out. So I picked it out and he wore it. And then after that, every year I would pick it out. But he's a funny dude, really nice guy, like so down to earth. And I got to become friends with Steven Tyler. I sat backstage with Liv Tyler. And then she and I sat there bullshitting and talking about her family. And then Steven came around and he was like, oh my gosh, I need to show you some stuff. So he shows me like all of his family videos of his kids and, you know. And then the one year he was like, hey, this actress that was supposed to do this MTV commercial, she didn't show up. Do you want to do it? And I was like, okay. So I did the commercial and I came home, you know, like 3 o'clock in the morning. So the next morning, you know, the kids get up and I'm like, you guys, I'm going to be on MTV. And they're like, yeah, right, Mom. And I'm like, no, seriously, I'm going to be on MTV. And they didn't believe me. It was probably 4 or 5 weeks later. I had periodically turned on MTV to see if I saw the commercial, and it came on, and the kids were like, oh my God, that's really you. And I'm like, hello, I told you. My husband just kicked me out of the living room because I was laughing so hard. I know you don't. You actually talk about what you're thinking. That I do that too, and sometimes it gets me in trouble. Oh, it always gets me in trouble, but you know what? That's life. You went to school with the guys from Survivor. I love their music. Yeah. Yeah, I love Survivor's music. And it's so weird that you said that. It's so weird. Because literally, probably 4 nights ago, I was listening to like 80s music, which I do all the time. But I hadn't listened to like some particular band, so I was on YouTube, right, watching bands. And Survivor popped up, and I said, oh my God, I forgot about them. Like, I love their music. So I was listening to them. You know what? I looked, that's so weird, Amanda. I looked online the other day. It's a Steven, I couldn't find it. It's a Steven Tyler commercial. And it was for like his new, I think for his new album. So it was like, if you find it, you gotta let me know. So it was like Steven Tyler, and he's there, and he's like, you know, being interviewed. And then all of a sudden he's like running down, like he's coming off the backstage, and he's running and like there's a bunch of people behind me, but it's just noise. It's not really any people. And then I'm running after him going, Mr. Tyler, Mr. Tyler. I think back to it, and it was so corny and so cheesy. But it was funny. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, if you find it, you have got to let me know, because yeah, I was like, I tried to find it the other day. I couldn't freaking find it. I'm like, where is this commercial? But it was for Steven Tyler. I think it was like his new album, and then he had like a tour with it or something. I don't know. It was so many years ago. Yeah, I became... So, okay, so I was working backstage, and... Okay. Here we go. So... I love guys with dark hair. That's just me. So I used to have the biggest crush on Bobby Dahl, the bass player from Poison, right? So when my boss comes to me and she says, you know, which concerts are you going to work this year? Of course, I was like, you know, picky and choosy, right? So I'm like, I want this one, this one, this. And I saw Poison, and I was like, oh my God, I have to work that concert. Like, right? It was my first year there. It's like, I have to work that concert. You don't understand. She's like, well, you can't be fangirl backstage. I'm like, I'm not going to fangirl backstage, okay? I don't fangirl for anybody, right? So I get there, we get everything set up, we go through our security meeting, and then all of a sudden the buses pull up and all the guys from the bands are out there playing football. Bret Michaels, CeCe DeVille, all of them. They're all out there. It was that band. I can't remember the two other bands for the life of me. But anyway, so it was a bunch of 80s hair bands, and they're out there playing football and falling all over the concrete, and I'm like, oh, shit, somebody's going to get hurt, right? So then they come inside, and they're all hot and sweaty, and they need to find their green rooms, so I take them to their green rooms. They need to take their showers. So Bret Michaels walks up, and he's like, hey, how's it going? And I'm like, hey, what's up? You know. No big deal. CeCe DeVille, hey, how's it going? No big deal. Drummer, no big deal. Hey, how's it going? He walks by, goes into his room. Bobby Doll's standing there, and I'm just like, I hear the angels singing. Whoa! You know, so I'm like, I couldn't talk. I was freaking the fuck out. Excuse my French. I'm sorry. But like, it was the 80s hair band love shining through. So I put him in his green room, and I walk back outside, and my boss walks up. Right? And she totally doesn't get, you know, me like struggling to speak to this guy. She's just like, you are so weird. She's like, you worked for other bands this year. She's like, you're so weird. Well, yeah, you're a lesbian, so, you know, you had a hard time talking to Britney Spears, you know? So she just kind of laughed it off, you know? She's like, just be professional. I'm like, of course, I'm professional. So the manager comes to me, and he told me he wanted me to go knock on the guy's green room to get Bret. So I go knock on the door, and they're like, come in. And I open up the door, and Bret Michaels is standing there butt naked. True story. And I was like, oh, sorry. Mr. Michaels, your manager needs you. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. I just air dry. And I was like, okay, Mr. Michaels, could you come with me, please? You might want to put a towel on, you know. Oh my God. So, you know, a half hour or so goes by, and Bobby Doll walks out of the green room. And as soon as the man walks out, my heart is like, right? And I'm like, pull yourself together. Pull yourself together. And he walks up, and he's like, hey. And so, of course, I had to be cool and suave, right? So I'm like, hey. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, working. And he's like, oh, you're married, huh? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh. Is your husband coming to the show tonight? And I said, no, he's at home watching the kids since I'm here working. And he was like, we can't have that. So he pulls his phone out. Pulls his cell phone out. He's like, what's your husband's number? And I said, you're kidding, right? He's like, no, what's his number? He calls my husband. My husband answers the phone. He's like, Mark, it's Bobby Doll from Poison. Listen, I need you to come up here, and how many tickets do you need? And my husband's like, And he's like, look, I have 4 tickets for you. Backstage pass is waiting for you at the gate. So he hangs up. So he looks at me, and he's like, they'll be here. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? So fast forward, a while later, he apparently keeps the phone number and calls me. It was bizarre. Anyway, we became really good friends. And I have never fangirled like that for anyone since then except one human being. Pete Rose, the baseball player. I'm a huge baseball fan. I met him in Vegas. I couldn't speak. It was when me and my sister and brother went for a siblings week in Vegas. I couldn't speak. I was like, he's like, where are you from? And I'm like, I finally get it out. And he's like, oh my God, I know that area. I know DC really well. You know, but there's never been anybody else before that or since then. It's so bizarre. So bizarre. So bizarre, y'all. Yeah. Crazy. Mouth of the South. I love Poison. I've always loved them. Yeah. Oh, Amanda, my son's friend that's an actor. He's been in tons of movies. We were watching Law and Order. And my husband, I had gotten up and went and done something. And he's like, come here. And I'm like, I'm busy. Why? What? He's like, come here. And I walk in and the screen is frozen on Brandon, my son's best friend. And I'm like, holy crap. He's in the new Wonder Woman movie, 1984. He plays a villain in it. He has like a big role. His name's Brandon Thane Wilson. Awesome kid. He's not a kid. Awesome guy. Was a regular in our house for many years. We love him to death. He's like our own kid. I'm so proud of him. He was living in New York for a long time, getting gigs there. He ended up moving, to LA, and now he's like really getting, a lot of amazing jobs now. It's so exciting. Oh gosh, yeah, Shelby Campbell. Yeah, I love him. He's such a good kid. I mean, he's just an amazing human, and he's very spiritual. He's into drum circles and, stuff that I'm into. So, we have that in common, and I just love him to death. That's funny, I am. That's funny. Pat, I'm glad I could entertain you. Man, I got so many stories that would turn your head. Let me tell you, you know who was one of the biggest a-holes that ever walked? I know I don't need any more Malibu. Yeah, some of them knew I was psychic. Not all of them, though. No. Yeah, half a glass, exactly. Hey, I was drinking this unsweet tea prior to that. It doesn't take much for me. What's up, honey?
Oh yeah, guys, she's lit.
Not lit.
Yeah, you're feeling good.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So about, there were some people asking about finding or trusting psychics.
I know, I said I'm going to do a video.
Yeah, I know. What you need to tell them is say, either
It's all gone.
just come see you, or if you want, or just let them tell you who they're looking at, and then you can look them up, and
Yeah, I could do that.
because you can feel,
Yeah.
you can read people.
Hi, Yella Maybe Kitty. Hi, Kitty.
Ella.
My kitty just came in. Mr. V has to put Victoria to bed.
Everybody's like, what drink is that? What's in that drink? You want to do it?
Let me tell you, this drink is so good, though. But that's the problem with it. It's so fruity and tasty, you don't realize, like, there's alcohol in it. So I doubled it, right? So it's 3 ounces of...
Yeah, she's lit.
3 ounces, shut up. 3 ounces of coconut rum. 3 ounces of orange juice and 3 ounces of cranberry juice, and then maraschino cherries. But I doubled it. I doubled it, y'all. But I'll sleep good tonight. Ah. Exactly. The cat's like, what in the hell is wrong with my mother? Yeah, so, I mean, if y'all, my husband brought up a good point. And I did double it. Thank you. I am not a crook. Sorry. Yeah, did you hear my husband? He was saying, like, if you want to know if somebody's a fake psychic, just ask me and, email me and I can tell you, okay? I can tell you. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. One of the biggest a-holes that ever walked the face of the earth in the music industry. Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. Yes. That's it, Ken. But I may or may not have almost tripled some of it. I may have tripled some of those ingredients. I think I did. Because after I said it, I think I did. I think I tripled it. Oh my God, I tripled it. Well, duh. No wonder I feel like I do. Sorry, guys. No, I will definitely tell you if someone's real. Because I don't want you going and paying money to somebody if they're fake. You know what I mean? Yeah, the truth comes out. Okay. So, in DC, we have this thing called the MZQ Fest. Because WMZQ is a country radio station in the DC area, right? So my boss was like, I need you to work it. Because I was kind of like her assistant, because I was older, because they didn't want a bunch of little kids back there, going crazy. So it was like packed. And there were like the main stage and like 3 side stages. And at any given time, there were bands at every stage. It was like an all day thing, right? So, she said, okay, I need you to take care of the headliners, which I can't remember. Faith Hill was the headliner, which I became good friends with her and her hubby through the years, so I got to know them. So, oh my God. So she's like, I need you to take care of some of the people on the side stages too throughout the day. And I'm like, oh, that's fine, no problem. So she says, I need you to check on Billy Ray Cyrus, and I need you to tell him he needs to come inside because he was on his bus. Come inside and get something to eat. And I'm like, okay. So I go to his bus, I knock on the door. He's like, what? I'm like, sir, can you open the door so I can speak to you? So he like flings open the door. He's like, what? And I'm like, all right. I was told that you need to come inside to catering and get something to eat. It's your turn. It's your time to eat dinner. He was like, I don't effing get... Now, use the real language. I don't effing ever get my own plate when I do shows. He's like, you can get me an effing plate. I have never had to do that for anybody. So I was like... Okay, yes, sir. So he slams the door shut. I walk back in, I walk inside, and of course I'm mumbling, and I'm envisioning myself beating the living shit out of him, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So my boss sees me, and she's like, what's wrong? Are you okay? And I'm like, can you believe this a-hole said he's never had to wait on himself and that I have to get his food? And she's like, I know, just get him a plate. And I was like... Okay, I'll get him a plate, all right. Don't you worry. So I go over to the to the buffet, right? And I get a plate, and I'm not kidding you. I go over and I scoop one of everything on top of each other. I don't segregate anything. Everything was just in a big, huge heap on the plate. Oh, night, Becky. Night. We're gonna miss you, girl. So I carry the plate back out and I kick the door because I have no hands at that point. And he opens up the door and I'm like, here, Mr. Cyrus, here's your food. And he was like, I'm going to have your job. I'll have you fired. And I said, oh, please do, sir. Please do. And I turned around and I dropped the food in the parking lot on the ground and I marched back inside. So my boss comes to me and she's like, what happened? Did something happen? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? She's like, I just got a call on my walkie-talkie that Mr. Cyrus was not happy with you and that I was supposed to fire you. And I was like, really? And she was like, don't worry about it. Just ignore him the rest of the day. Fine, no problem. So she says she'll assign somebody else to him. It was like 2 hours later, he's out in the parking lot where his bus is parked, screaming for me, demanding that I bring him a drink. So down a little ways on the other side of this fence that has like blacked out stuff on it are fans, right? Fans who are like, oh my God, that's Billy Ray Cyrus's bus, right? And he's screaming for me to get him a drink. So, excuse me, I walk out, I kick the door, he flings the door open, I said, I'll get you a drink, all right? I turn around, I march over to that fence, and I tell all those fans, let me tell you a little story about Billy Ray Cyrus. And I told them, and they were like, are you kidding me? No way. And I was like, he's a freaking has-been. I'm like, nobody even remembers him. Like, what did he sing? Who is he? It was the best ever. It was funny. And I never did bring him a drink, by the way. I ignored him. Look, I knew my boss was not going to fire me. I mean, she knew that I worked my butt off and that all the bands liked me because I was older and I was happy and I got along with them. Yeah, no doubt. He was just, and after he went and got on stage, sang his one stupid song, came off stage and was like acting like he was the headliner. You don't know how bad it and how hard it was for me not to go up to him and say, you know what, you're a one frickin' hit wonder and you've been a has-been for the past 10 years, dude. That's what I wanted to say so bad, but I didn't say it. That was a day, let me tell you. Exactly. I wanted to smack the living crap out of him. He was just so... But you know what? His daughter is the same way. Miley Cyrus, she's horrible. And so, you know who's really bad? Britney Spears. I felt so bad for her mom. She was like, mother, do this. Mother, do that. Mother. Oh my God, mother, what took you so long? She was so mean to her poor mom. And when she was on stage, a bug flew in her mouth. And she's like choking, right? Because a bug flew in her mouth. And her voice is still going. And that's when the audience realized she was lip syncing. And they were all booing the crap out of her. And she was fighting back tears. I was sitting on the side stage. And she was fighting back tears. Because her fans were booing her. And she was the headline act. And everybody was booing her. That was funny. Ken. Alright, you guys. I'm going to get off of here. Because this stuff is kicking my butt. And I'm going to need to go hit the sack here in a little bit. They should pit me. Oh my God, I can't even talk now. See, it's affecting my verbiage. They should pity her. I feel bad for her. I really do feel bad for her. I mean, I felt bad for her mom at the time, but today I feel bad for her. She has issues. It's really sad. Yeah, guys, so I'm going to go. So I look forward to next Friday night. Slap, slap, slap. Yeah. 3 times. I tripled it. Oh, you like those, Ryan? Yeah, we're talking about possibly going to Williamsburg. So definitely. We tried to do that last weekend. I went to this amazing cemetery in Port Tobacco, Maryland. And it's on the water. It's so pretty. And our camera didn't work. We were having camera issues. It was horrible. So, yeah. Thanks, guys. Bye, Pat. Bye, Victoria. Bye, Ken. I love ya. Love you guys. Bye, Amanda. Let's see. Bye, Ryan. Bye, Victoria. Bye, guys. Bye.